Alright, so welcome back to the DOREEN'S African Experiences. Now, we're going to evaluate the cost of construction. We've launched our series officially. You have to be patient. We've started with a single room and we shall proceed constructing slowly up to mansions, apartments. But I always start small because I have different people watching me and people want different things. We can't assume that everyone wants to build a 3-bedroom house right now. Number one, I'm going to give you a little bit of advice within these 10 minutes. I'm going to give you numbers and material quantity. So this is quality assessment or material assessment. Sorry about that. I'm not appearing in the video because every time I appear and I'm standing there and talking, I never stop. But now I have my points listed and lined out, which means I won't be talking too much and the video won't be unnecessarily long. So our choosing today, the measurements of our choice are going to be 15 feet by 15 feet. What do I mean by 15 by 15? For those of you that don't know, you can convert to meters. 15 feet to meters would be about 4.5 meters, but it can be, make it 4.6 to be on a safer side because there are extras in there. Now, a room this big, you can actually have a shed. By a shed, I mean the front veranda. You can have a store, the outside store that some of you can use as a kitchen or a store. And you can have a bathroom inside. The space is enough for you to have a bathroom and a toilet. Of course, they'll be small, but you will have them. Now, the size of land where you can actually build this, you can build this on any type of land. But if you have land that surpasses 50 by 100, please don't build this size of a house. Even if it's a 1-bedroom, don't build it in the middle of your land. Always look and build from a corner, off corners like that, any corner of your land. And when you're building a house, always make your house face the direction of the access road. Don't make the house face away from the access road just because you're looking for a view or something. Please mark my words, access road is where the main entrance of the house is supposed to face. Now, this material will be enough even if you're located in a swampy area. But remember, if you're in a swampy area, you need to put clay bricks in your foundation. And even if you're not, you still need to put clay bricks in your foundation. But if you can't afford them, you can put soil bricks. That is people who are on dry land. Dry land, what do I mean? No water is, you're not in a valley that water comes towards you and sits there. No swamp, no wetland, nothing like that. Okay, but ideally you shouldn't be building in a wetland for your own good. So we have different material we can use. One, you can build the whole house with soil bricks. That is from beginning to end. Foundation to whole plate is a wall plate. And then you can build with clay bricks in your foundation and soil bricks to raise the walls. And then you can put clay bricks in your foundation and put concrete blocks to raise the wall. So these are the 4 alternatives that I'm going to explain. Let us start with the easiest, that is soil bricks. Now, if you're going to build a room that is about 15 by 15 from foundation to wall plate with soil bricks, you need around 3,000 bricks. What do I mean by 3,000 bricks? Each elf truck carries 1,000 bricks. An elf truck, I don't know how to explain that to you, but understand that an elf truck carries 1,000 bricks. If you need 3,000 bricks, you need 3 elf trucks. That is from foundation to wall plate. Now, the most expensive you're going to buy a soil brick is going to be around 250 shillings. Yeah. And half the time that might include transportation, and if it doesn't, I've accounted for it in the end. So you get your 250 shillings, you multiply by 3,000, you get 750,000 Ugandan shillings. So that's enough bricks to raise for you this room. So if you're trying to build rentals, single room rentals, multiply what I've just given you by the number of rentals you're trying to raise. Okay? And if you're going to use clay bricks, it's the same amount of bricks because they are the same size. Yeah. So basically, clay brick right now, the cheapest you can get it is $320, and these prices I'm giving you are dependent on your locations. So for you, you might be in a location where someone can give you a clay brick cut as cheap as $300. You are lucky. But if you are away from outside Kampala, they will charge you 350 to 400 shillings. Anyone that's charging you 500 shillings, please keep looking for a better supplier, because 500 seems too much, and it's actually too much. But they are charging people 500 for those bricks, by the way. One of the reasons is you don't know where they are sold. So please take time to do your ground research. Okay, I've started this video in the middle, but I'll end with a little bit of advice. So get the 300, because my sample price is 350 shillings. So get 350 shillings, multiply by the 3,000 bricks. You're going to have 1,050,000 Ugandan shillings. So this is now, we are progressing the totals. I hope you're writing. Now, if you need to build with concrete blocks, I've told you, don't put concrete blocks in your foundation for very many reasons. I've made a video on that. Please look it up and watch it in the interest of time. Okay, so you're going to need 400 concrete blocks. 400 should be enough, but in your foundation you will need 800 clay bricks. Are you following? You need 800 clay bricks. So you're going to get 350. That is the cost of a clay brick. Multiply it by 800. That will cost you 280,000 Ugandan shillings. And then proceed to get the 400 blocks each. Now, in this case, we are using 6-inch. Don't use 8-inch. It's just a bit unnecessary. Get the 6-inch blocks. Multiply. Now, because of the offers that I'm offering, so I'm using my prices for the blocks. So right now we are giving you a concrete 6-inch hollow block at 1,700. So 1,700 multiplied by the 400, and then you're going to have a total of 680,000 Ugandan shillings. Now, when you're done with all this math of blocks, proceed. You're going to need one forward track of leg sand. The forward track shouldn't be flat, it should be hipped. What do I mean by hipped? Kubaka, like a hip. A hip. If you're going to get one flat forward, then you will have to get probably half an elf to add to it, because that hip might cover half an elf. So normally, if you're getting a flat elf, track of leg sand, it should be about 180. But if you're getting a hipped one, it's around 240 to 250. You need one elf track of plaster sand, and that is 100,000 Ugandan shillings right now. Now, you need 20 bags of cement. These 20 bags of cement are for the people who are putting a store outside and a bathroom inside. But if you're just building a shell one, that's just no store outside, your cement reduces. So your cement might be at even 16 to 17 bags, even 15 to 16. That should be enough. A bag of cement right now is 32,000 Ugandan shillings, and that is Toro Sem 4. The mixing, you can mix up to 5 wheelbarrows. I never recommend this, but I'm saying it's okay, you can do that. Four wheelbarrows, 5, that is 4 lake, 1 plaster. It's okay. This building does not have too many things going into it. You need 4 pairs of ring wires. Each pair is 5,000 Ugandan shillings. That's 20,000 Ugandan shillings. You need 1 kilogram of wire. You need 3 steel bars. That is Y10s. Now, that is, each Y10 is about 35,000 Ugandan shillings. So if you need 3, that is 105,000 Ugandan shillings. Now, keep in mind that, how do I put this? I don't have more time to give more advice on this. You need concrete stones, that is meketo. I'm going to add a few more minutes on this to explain another concept, because the minutes are not going to be enough for me, even if I tried. Alright, if you've noticed, I intentionally wanted this to be 10 minutes, but now it's 13 minutes because the video would not be sufficient. Yet I needed to give you more information. Now, I need you to know that the first stage of construction is to plan. What do I mean by planning? As you contemplate on building, first sit down and find out, how much money do I need? Look at this video, write down everything that I'm telling you. After writing all these things down, find out, where is this money going to come from? Do you have it? If you don't have it, first find it. Okay? After finding it, then you're going to find the following things. Okay? You need nails, right? I've combined all these things that I'm going to mention now and put 500,000 Ugandan shillings to be enough for them, for very good reason, which I will explain. You need nails, different sizes of nails, okay? I might say you need 1 or 2 kilograms of each, but 2 kilograms is a bit of a stretch. 1 kilogram of each size might do, okay? You need siso. Siso is basically to map out where you're going to excavate, and later you can use that same siso to join your ladders. You're going to need wood. What do I mean by wood? You might need a bit of eucalyptus to make a few ladders here and there, and then you need some wood itself for stepping on while you elevate, because the moment you reach the window sill level like this, going above that, you might need a bit more help to reach the wall plate. As you build your wall plate, please go at least 3 courses above it before you roof. It's important that you get that elevation right. Then you need jerry cans, maybe 4 jerry cans. The 2, they will cut them to move the material or the mix around the site. Each jerry can is around 10,000, 8,000 to 10,000, depending on where you are. And then you need storage and water. So by water and storage, you might buy 1 drum. A drum is around 40 to 50,000 Ugandan shillings. So 1 car drum is enough for you. Fill it with water and your other 2 jerry cans, so that you have constant supply of water on site. Now, you need to get a DPC. DPC, please endeavor to get the right gauges. So if your entire house is running on about 16 meters or so, make sure you're buying the right meters. Make sure before they put that concrete, after backfilling, they have to put a DPC. Make sure before construction enhances, you have to put DPC, and make sure it's the right gauge, okay? Secondly, you need some tools. You need a hoe. Probably 1 hoe is enough, but you need 2 spades, you know? You need some gauze. You need a wheelbarrow. These things you can get someone to rent them to you. Endeavor to get to know the people in the location where you are staying. These villagers or uptown people, wherever you choose to build, they do have the equipment you need. You can actually have them loan you by renting. Yeah, we keep adding an extra minute by the time. I'm so sorry, guys. The information is a lot. So you need pions. Pions are like pieces of metal. They elope through the walls as they build for extra strength. Now, for labor, you're going to need 2 masons and 2 laborers. Don't get 1 laborer for this job. The job will delay. My calculation is this job should not take you more than 4 days. So if you have 2 laborers and 2 masons, 4 days is enough. Pay each laborer 25,000 a day, and each mason 25,000 Ugandan shillings a day, and then the helpers, give them 15,000 Ugandan shillings a day. You're going to feed them, you're going to house them. If you can't house them, you transport them. Yes, for the 4 days. For labor, the total will be 320. So that is 200,000 for the masons, 120 for the helpers. Together, it is 320. Now these are your totals, guys. Remember, the 500,000 Ugandan shillings I said will cover for everything in between: feeding your workers, transporting them, buying the DPC, wood, jerry cans, anything you need, transporting any material you need to transport. The 500,000 Ugandan shillings will be enough and even remain. Now your general total, if you're building with concrete blocks, it's gonna be 2,960,000 Ugandan shillings. This is everything after raising the walls from foundation. If you're using soil bricks, it's 2,750,000 Ugandan shillings, and for clay bricks, it's 3,050,000 Ugandan shillings. If you need more information than this, reach out to my bio. My number is there. I will charge you a consultation fee, just saying. But I've given you as much information as I can and a bit of advice. Use it to your advantage. Elevate yourself and